Monday Sports Report. Woohoo! So, I'm going to talk about, real quickly, the NFL playoffs this weekend that happened. So, Ravens versus the Patriots was a surprisingly good football game. The first thing that happened was the Ravens looked incredible. Like, they jumped up 14-0. And then they're like, whoa, the Ravens are actually playing really good. These are the good Ravens, not the sucky Ravens we've been saying for a while. So the good team showed up. Then Tom Brady come back and tied it at 14. Then Ravens jumped out again, 28-14. Joe Flacco had 4 touchdown passes, and they were at 28-14 in the third quarter. But then Tom Brady's like, haha, I'm just as good, and he went down the field, got a touchdown. They got a defensive stop. Boom, boom, boom. Touchdown again. Actually, in that one that tied it, he threw it to Edelman, one of his other receivers or running backs, and he threw the touchdown pass to a wide open guy running down the field, and it was tied 28-28. The Ravens got a field goal in the fourth quarter, but guess what Tom Brady did? He did one better. He got them a touchdown. And the final score was 35-31. Patriots, which they will play the Colts next week in the championship game, but I'll talk about that. The next game was kind of boring. It was Seahawks versus the Panthers, and the Panthers actually gave them a run for their money. It was a really close defensive game all game. It was one of the most boring games I watched all weekend long. It was 14-10 in the fourth quarter, and then Cam Newton got pick happy and he turned it over 2 times, which is something you can't do against the Seahawks, and they converted it in for touchdowns. And I guess Cam Newton got a last-minute drive and a touchdown in, and the final score was 31-17 Seahawks, and they will play Green Bay Packers. Now the other game, which I'm just talking about, Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys actually jumped out in front. Tony Romo and their running back, I forget his name, which is really ridiculous. I forget his name. They played really well in the first quarter, in the first half. They're up 14-10, and I think it was 14-13. And then Romo drove them down in the third quarter and went up 21-13. And then Aaron Rodgers kicked in and said, So they were down 21-13. They went down and got a touchdown. And in the third quarter, Aaron Rodgers on a gimpy leg and made the score 21-20. Then in the fourth quarter, Aaron Rodgers led them down again the field, and I don't think they passed very much. It was mostly, I don't think they ran very much. It mostly passes, and they scored a touchdown, and they went for 2 and they didn't make it. So it was 26-21. Packers in the lead for the first time in the game, but then Tony Romo says, let's do this. And near the end of the game, and Tony Romo, I think it was 4th and 1 or something, and he threw a long bomb to Dez Bryant, and he almost caught it, but when he was going to the ground, the ball, he didn't complete the catch. It hit the ground, and it moved, and everybody's like, oh no, that's a catch, but it was overturned, and it was overturned to the Packers, and the Packers just ran the clock out, and that was that, and they will play the Seahawks. Okay, the Colts-Broncos game, I was surprised how bad Peyton Manning played. He could not get first downs at all. Andrew Luck did play pretty well, still not as good, and they got a couple touchdowns and stuff, and geez, I can't even remember this game. But at the end of the game, it was just, it was really close. It was like 14-10, and then, Andrew Luck got them down to a touchdown. It was 21-10. The Broncos just responded with a field goal, but then they couldn't respond with any more. The final score ended up being 24-13 Colts, and they will play the Patriots next week. But, I was surprised how bad Peyton Manning played that game. It was so bad. I don't know why. He's always bad in a playoff for some reason. Like, it was like 3 and out. And it was the most boring game, one of the most boring games. Alright, I was talking about the tiger. Okay, the other game tonight is the national championship for college football, which I want to see Oregon beat Ohio State. Let's go, Oregon Ducks. Marcus Mariota. I know Ohio State's pretty good, but I want to root for the green team because I like green and I like fast offensive play. Woohoo!